What's up, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Boondockbuilds. My name's Jamie, and if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. So we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. I'm actually not going to be building a project.
What did he say?
I know. Just bear with me for just a few minutes. So I'm in a lot of different Facebook groups on a lot of different social media platforms, mainly Facebook, and if you're not part of the Boondockbuilds community group, be sure to join that. But a lot of times I see, hey man, I'm just starting out, I don't have any tools. What are the first 5 tools that I need to go buy? So we're going to cover that answer today. Let's go ahead and dive on into it. So if you're a veteran woodworker, let me know in the comment section, if you had to start all the way over again, what are the first 5 tools you would buy? Let's get to it. Oh, my feet, my legs. I'm old. So the first tool I want to recommend is going to be a saw. Now, if you're working with a smaller budget, I would definitely recommend a hand saw. I've got a great video I put out a few weeks ago where I use just a few hand tools and free pallet wood to make a few projects, and I'm going to leave that link right up here. But if you got a little bit of extra money to spend, I would definitely recommend starting with a skill saw. So skill saws are a multifunctional tool that you can use to cut plywood, 2x4s, or any other kind of wood for your projects. So with the miter box saw, you're really going to be limited on what you can cut, and then take for instance a jigsaw, you're not going to get that accuracy. So the skill saw is definitely going to be the best of both worlds for you there. So the second tool I want to talk about is something to drive those screws in. Now again, if you're on a limited budget, you can go the cheaper route, get you a nice set of screwdrivers, or you can get your impact driver. Impact drivers would be great getting them screws into place right where you want them. But the most important tool, and the one I would recommend the most if you have the money for it, is going to be the drill. Not only are you going to be able to drive those screws in, but it's also going to allow you to use drill bits, drill holes, use your Forstner bits, things like that. So if I were to recommend anything on this table, it's going to be your drill. I recommend the DeWalt because I'm a DeWalt fanboy, but get yourself a nice drill, you won't be disappointed. Let's move on to the next one. So I'm going to take a quick pause from talking about tools and tell you guys about something very important, and that's your personal protective equipment. That's why I want to introduce you guys to the sponsor of this video, the HTS Huntersky Safety Glasses. Along with fast shipping, the HTS Huntersky Safety Glasses aren't your average safety glasses. They have highly flexible frames with side shields to give your eyes maximum coverage. The HTS Huntersky Safety Glasses also have a built-in anti-fog protection with superior optical clarity. The thing that annoys me the most is when I'm trying to protect my lungs and my eyesight has to suffer because I can't see out of my safety glasses. Just look at the difference in the pair I used to wear before I was introduced to the HTS Huntersky Safety Glasses. So click the link in the description and be sure to get your pair of the HTS Huntersky Safety Glasses today. Let's get back to the tools. So to keep things fair and square, we're going to be talking about our squares. They don't look like a square. I don't know why they're called that. But the one I use most for plywood is going to be my T-square. You can use this for sheetrock. I was a big sheetrock guy back in the day. I use this a lot. But the one I use the absolute most is going to be my Swanson Speed Square. I use this for 2x4s, small scrap projects, just to make sure I've got everything in line like it needs to be. So if I had to pick any of these on this table, it's going to be my Swanson Speed Square. Let's jump to the next one. Alright guys, so we got 2 more tools to go, and you're going to want to stick around for that last one because it is probably one of the most important tools that you're going to get. So first off, I want to tell you guys about a rubber mallet. Now, you're going to be using this when you have 2 pieces of wood or something like that, something you don't really want to tear into the wood like a normal hammer would. Then, again, you got your normal carpenter hammer. Use this a lot. I use this a whole lot. Driving nails, pulling nails. You can still use it to knock wood together, whatever you need to do there. And a few weeks ago, I made a video called 5 DIY shop upgrades. I'm going to leave the link in one of these corners up here. But it's 5 DIY shop upgrades that you can make yourself. You didn't have to go buy anything, but making a wooden hammer was one of them. I've used this quite a bit in the last few weeks since I've made it. So go check that out after this video. So if I were to recommend anything on this table, just go ahead and pick yourself up a regular old carpenter's hammer. You're going to be very satisfied with it, and it's going to take care of 90% of your projects. So we got one more. It's probably going to be your most important tool you get, so let's go ahead and jump into it. And last but not least, we want to talk about sanders. That's going to be your fine finish on all of your projects. So let's start off with the regular old palm sander, or some people call it a sheet sander. I got mine from DeWalt. I've used it a lot. This is good for getting them tight corners that your random orbital sander just can't quite reach. Then you got your sanding blocks. I've used these for a lot of sheetrock as well. Big sheetrock guy back in the day. I enjoy doing it. But I also use these, especially the finer grits, on a lot of my projects. And that is a budget-friendly option for you. Another thing I do is grab a piece of sandpaper and just fold it in half and go that route. And last but not least, we're going to talk about our random orbital sanders. First off, we got the Bauer from Harbor Freight. I use this for a very long time. It's a great budget-friendly option if you're just starting out. Then I got the DeWalt. I upgraded a few months ago, and I love this thing. I use it on just about every project. And the thing I like on the DeWalt versus the Bauer, this has a little bit better of a dust collection on it. So if I were to recommend anything on this table, if you had the money, I would go ahead and get the DeWalt Random Orbital Sander. Like I said, I use it just about every project. So there we have it, guys. If you're brand new to woodworking and looking for your first 5 tools to buy, I really hope this video helped you out. Let me know in the comments if you did. Be sure to click the link in the description to get your pair of the HTS Huntersky Safety Glasses. If you want to check out our last video, click right here. We'll see you guys next time on Boondockbuilds.